Tracking new developments on a pair of military plane crashes and how it could affect next week's Rhode Island National Guard Air Show. U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds are scheduled to perform, but there are now some questions about that after one of their jets crashed in Colorado yesterday. The pilot of that F-16, a Massachusetts native, was able to bail out before the crash. Sadly, though, it was a different outcome in Tennessee, where a pilot was killed yesterday when his Blue Angels fighter jet crashed outside of Nashville. Vigil was held last night to remember Marine Captain Jeff Coos. He was one of the pilots who came to Rhode Island for last year's show. Eyewitness News reporter Todd Wallace interviewed him for that story. Todd joining us now live in studio with more.
Good morning once again. The Blue Angels flight team flew in Rhode Island last year at the National Guard Open House Show, and I had the pleasure of interviewing Captain Jeff Coos. The Blue Angels, the Thunderbirds, they are so impressive in the air that it's very easy to forget just how dangerous these flyovers and performances can be. And sadly, Thursday, we were tragically reminded. Coos, just 32 years old, was killed Thursday as his U.S. Navy jet crashed in Tennessee during takeoff for a practice session. During my interview with Coos just a little more than a year ago, he told me what spectators would expect to see.
So what you get is a glimpse behind the scenes for what the U.S. military is capable of with its disciplined excellence, working day in and day out, focusing on hard tasks, hopefully providing some inspiration to the local community.
The Thunderbirds are scheduled to perform at the air show in Quonset next weekend. Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio oversaw many air shows as the Adjutant General of the Rhode Island National Guard, and he says spectators should be assured the Guard is prepared for any emergency.
There are built-in buffers, making sure that if some catastrophic scenario happened, there's enough space between where they actually perform and the actual people would stand.
As for next week's show, right now it appears to be business as usual. We'll take a closer look at what organizers are saying on social media. That's coming up all new at 6:30. And we'll also hear from the parents of the Massachusetts pilot who survived yesterday's other crash. Live in the studio, Todd Wallace, Eyewitness News.